Matt in Calgary, you're up.
Awesome, Steve. I have kind of a two-pronged question, and I want to make sure I give lots of space for everybody else because there is lots of questions for you. My first job as a 16-year-old was at McDonald's, and it does seem to be a very resilient brand who has developed a system and a process for high employee turnover. They can train people very quickly, and they can get teenagers up to speed, and the business can almost run itself. So I'm curious if you're seeing other businesses that are resilient in that way, that they have such efficient training and development programs that anybody could run it. Because I'm curious about that. And then the second piece I wanted to ask you is more of a question for everyone else here. You were talking about creativity, and I'm curious if you have a tip or something you could share with us to promote that state of being.
Sure. Well, let me first say I think fast food is a fascinating domain. And one of the examples that I use, two companies that are really doing something very interesting are a company called Chipotle and a company called Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A posts ex-employees on their career website, ex-employees. And the ex-employees say below their picture on the website, "Thank you, Chick-fil-A, for helping me realize my dream of becoming an emergency room nurse or a fifth grade school teacher." And Chipotle similarly says, "We know we're not your dream job. We're fast food. We want to be the best part of your journey." They've embraced it. They accept it. We're fast food. And I think they're fast food, but I think every organization needs to recognize, there's so much more choice that people have today. And they're not leaving you because you're not nice. They're leaving you because they see they want to try something new. We all do. And so I think that's a great example. I was at a conference a few years ago, and the head of HR from McDonald's said, "We got our turnover down this year to 400%." And I thought, I do not want that kind of stress. But you're right. That is a practice where, is the human a differentiator in that? Maybe, maybe not. But your capacity to make people productive quickly is very powerful, very, very powerful. And I think we all have to look at that. One of the examples I like to use for the American sports fans attending is college basketball. So over the last 15 years, what's happened in college sports is that your best athletes only stay 1 year and then they go professional, and especially in basketball. So what have coaches had to do? I've had to teach a simpler offense and a simpler defense. I've got to start team building really, really fast because I need to build a world-class team in 6 months before the tournament. And I think there are a lot of holdouts. Like, we don't want short-term thinkers here. We're all about the loyalty. And then they start losing to, Sister Mary's School for the Blind. And they're like, uh-oh, we better sort of raise our game here and figure this out. And so I think there's definitely some lessons to be learned there. But I'm also wary of organizations where they're working hard to eliminate the need for people. Like, fast food is like, if we don't need people, that's our biggest expense. Like, let's try to create a bunch of robots. Like, okay, what about the job creation for the people creating the robots? Like, let's talk about that. And that's the biggest miss for me with AI, is all the discussions around how we're going to eliminate jobs, not how we're going to make jobs more interesting, impactful, exciting, dynamic, and beautiful. So, and then on the creativity side, and I have a TikTok that went viral about this. Beware the company that has an innovation department. Like, what? Shouldn't everyone be innovating, right? And I think that, sorry if some of you are, chairman of the innovation department, but I think, creativity, it's hard to say, hey, you got to be more creative. One of the things that I've tried to help organizations with is this, during this transition of AI, is saying the companies that have an experimentation culture are going to have an edge with AI. They just are. And I was just proven right by the most conservative, least experimentation oriented company in America, Walmart, just gave an AI, you know, um, tool to every one of their salaried employees, saying, here it is. We don't know what you're going to do with it, but just find ways of, doing cool stuff. And they have found so many ways of creating greater, customer experiences, creating greater ways of managing inventory, and improving business operations. And that was beautiful. It's an experiment at grand scale. Here's a generative AI tool. You figure it out and tell us. And now they just expanded it from 50,000 employees to 75,000 employees. So I think sometimes we as leaders overprescribe, and we feel that we have to over control. And I think we're really going to be challenged by that. So the opportunities now for more experimentation, and I think that will lead to, to greater creativity. I don't know if that helps answer your question, but that's what I think about. Yeah, thanks. And by the way, I was in Calgary last February. I've never heard a sound like tires crunching on snow like I did in -30 walking down the streets of Calgary. Oh my
It's
gosh.
the worst.
Matt, I'm going to give you two recommendations. This is actually for everybody. So, two great books on creativity. I'm reading Rick Rubin's book right now. Rick Rubin is a legendary music producer, and he just wrote a book called The Creative Act, which is phenomenal. And most of you know I'm really into kids' books. This book called The Dot is phenomenal. So if you don't want to read 500 pages of Rick Rubin, you could read like 20 pages of Peter Reynolds and read The Dot. Anyway, two recommendations on creativity.